Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Colt Nova, and today I'm going to be teaching you how you can make your own banner in Photoshop. So, first thing you're going to need is this little, I don't know what it is, a little preset template thing that you can have these little bars. And why do I say little so much? Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, so I already have like a background here that I'm going to use. This is not going to be very visible, but if you want to use something bright, make sure you lower the opacity. So you would go to image, hue and saturation, and lower the lightness, okay, and maybe blur it a little bit, but this is fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open my pack, okay. If you guys didn't know, I really recommend using a pack for making banners because good luck doing it without. But anyway, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make a backing, okay. So let's pick some nice things that would look good on a backing. Definitely not flares. So textures, I'm gonna go with this. Now I'm just gonna drag it over this. God. And put it above this little layer and lower the opacity. Now what I'm gonna do is, it's a little too bright for me, so I'm gonna lower the lightness and lower the lightness of this as well. Actually, no, that's fine. So this, you just kind of need to do this on your own. But yeah, world map doesn't really make much sense to put in it, but put this in. But whoops, what did I do? There we go. But if you scale it up to a certain part, you don't really notice that it's actually a map, and it kind of looks like just some grunge texture. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to make sure it's black, like so. I'm gonna make a new layer and merge it so that gets rid of the layer style and lower the opacity. Just something that, I don't know, it's just, you gotta mess with this. It takes time, but it's worth it in the end. This is the same thing, but it's actually like it looks like particles. I don't know, I'm gonna put that in the background. That looks good. So let's see what else I can put in here. It's a lot of things. You're gonna be putting a lot of things in here. What is going on? Oh, I was holding Alt. Okay. I think I'm done with textures, and let's see, is there any, I want some brushes or something. I guess I could use this actually. If I lower the lightness and desaturate it like that, maybe. I don't know. This isn't the best, but if we lower the opacity, it adds a little detail. So I'm just gonna keep designing, just keep adding things that look good. Just gonna make this backing part of the banner. Sorry about that. So now I'm looking for like a dark picture. Actually, let's go this style. See, like that's the benefit of having a pack. It's just like you find something nice and you already have inspiration to start a banner of a certain style. So I'm gonna go with that. But under this, I feel like everything under this is way too bright. So as you can see, this is that layer. So I'm gonna go under that layer, make a new layer, and just make it black. So Alt, delete, so that fills it in black. I'm gonna lower the opacity, so that kind of lowers the opacity of everything else. Now what I want to do, you can kind of see that this is kind of like a techie style. I don't know what it really is, some equations, whatever. But I'm gonna duplicate it, and I'm gonna, actually no, that's not gonna work, because if what I was gonna do is I was gonna duplicate it, add some blur to it, and make it like, I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but I was gonna make like these little things glow. But if I set it to normal mode, you can see that it's well, let's try it. Okay, so I'm gonna filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. So like, that's, I think it'd be better if we just, see, I was gonna make it look like it's glowing, but something like this, but that's not really doing the job. Like, I'm gonna keep it there, lower the opacity, but what I was gonna do is I'll just make a new layer, make sure your brush is on 0 hardness and some size, what doesn't really matter, color of whatever you use for this. So I'm just excuse me, I'm just gonna just kind of parts that I want to glow, I'm just gonna, you know, like fill them in. I guess that's good, I don't know. Now I'm gonna filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. Okay, gonna make it more or less visible, and go to screen, or you could pick any of these, to be honest, but lighten, how does that look? Where's the screen? I'm gonna go with screen, and I'm gonna lower the opacity like that, and I'm gonna make a new layer, just one more. I'm gonna only fill in some parts I want it to be like the most visible. Okay, and I'm gonna blur, Gaussian blur, and that's good. And then I'm gonna set it to screen again, but lower the opacity so it looks, so you can kind of see that obvious glow. So that's okay for the backing, I would say. One thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all the layers, and then I'm gonna scale them up, because as you can see, these two are off center, and I would like this to be on that side and this to be on this side. So I'm gonna scale it up a little bit. I don't know how this is gonna work. Maybe you could even rotate it like this. Yeah, that looks fine. I'm not complaining. Okay, go ahead and transform Photoshop. Now, as you can, well, you might not be able to tell, but for me, I think the colors, they're not very vibrant, and I don't like the way the colors look. So I'm gonna go above all these little layers that we just, I say little too much, and it's getting annoying. But you're gonna go above every layer, okay? Every layer that you've put in. And then you're gonna make a new adjustment mask, which you do that with this little icon. Fuck, can I please stop saying little? Oh my god, it's annoying. And you're gonna drag the first part down and the second part up, but not this much because that just looks bad. And then maybe you can add in some exposure, put this up, and put the offset down to a little bit, not that much, to maybe 11. That's too much. Let's put 0.0006. I like that. So now you can see without these, okay, without these, look how that looked before, and now look. See how it's like, I don't know, it just looks so much better. So that was our color correction, and we're pretty much done with the backing. So let me just hide my watermark because it's getting in the way. Now what you can do is you can make the backing less opaque by using the same method that we used for making this, except the rings less opaque. What did I do? Oh my god. Okay, so you make a new layer, and then you fill that in. Not, oh my gosh, this is not going my way, but it's okay. So make a new black layer. Just gonna merge layers and lower the opacity. I think that's good for a backing. So as you can see, these banners take a lot of time and effort, at least mine do. So enough stocks and everything. Now we can start making the text. So for the text, let me use Nova, okay? So I'm gonna use Nova because I love myself, and I'm making myself a free banner. That made no sense. Okay, let me just lower that. And I think the font is pretty good. I don't know. And I'm gonna duplicate this, okay? And I'm gonna type in Colt, and I'm gonna make it smaller. Colt Nova. I don't think that looks too bad. What do you guys think? So now we're gonna mess with the layer styles. So I do have a layer style preset pack that I'm going to use. As I've told you guys, packs really do help. So layer styles. Oh my god, I just looked at my Yeti and I thought it was muted the whole time, so I thought I was talking to myself literally the whole time, and I would have to do the recording again. This is my second time making this tutorial because the first one I made, the banner didn't turn out good as well. Not as well at all. So I think I'm gonna use this one down here. No, not that one, this one. So I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna copy it, copy layer style, and I'm going to paste it here, and then paste it here. Doesn't look too bad, but I think I'm gonna have to change some things. I feel like where is it? Inner glow, I think. No, inner glow is fine. Inner shadow is way too strong. Not, oh my god, where is it? Drop, no. Pattern overlay, there you go. That's way too strong. So yeah, just do that. That looks good. So I think I like the way my text looks now. So I'm gonna take you guys to part 2. Alright guys, I'm back. I had to pause the video. Sorry about that, but anyway, now that I look back at this, it's a little too okay, it's a little too not dark, right? So I'm gonna do that. There we go. Now I'm going to add some outer glow. So like this, and more bright. Oh my god, what am I doing? 1 second, guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna add some slight outer glow like this. Okay, and I'm gonna copy this layer style and I'm gonna paste it to the other text. Let me just hide this. But for this one, let's try to add a color overlay. Would that be bad? Oh, never mind. This is gradient overlay. Why is that not? Oh, normal. I don't know if I like that, to be honest. Instead, I'm just gonna make it a little darker. Okay, there we go. So now, nice things I like to do to the text is I'm gonna select both the layers. So click on one, hold shift, and click on the other. Now I'm gonna hit Control J to duplicate them and bring them under the first layers. And I'm gonna click over here and I'm gonna click the arrow down to move it, so it gives that 3D look. And if you want to go into the details, you can rasterize these, okay? And then you can just fill this in. Whoops. You can actually fill this in, like these little spots. But I'm not gonna do that, just see, like, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to do that because it still looks good without it. So now I'm gonna merge all the text layers. So it's just one layer, and I'm going to go to edit, transform, and perspective, and I'm gonna move this up. Wow, my Photoshop is really slow right now, or my computer, and so I'm gonna move it up just a little and back just a little, like that. And then I'm gonna Control T and rotate it a little, just so it doesn't look lame, you know. You could use Cinema 4D to make text, but I'm not gonna do that. So now you're gonna Control J the text layer, and you're gonna make it a little bigger, like this. Sorry for my phone. And then you're gonna set the fill to 0. But what you're gonna, actually, I don't think this is gonna work because we added outer glow. Well, it kind of works, so just add an inner glow and make it really barely opaque at all, like so. Or you know what, set the fill to 100, merge, make a new layer and merge it, and lower the opacity, like that. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some lighting over the text. So make it, excuse me, make a new layer over every layer. Get a decent sized brush with 0% hardness, and just wherever you think it would look good, make like a, what is going on outside? Okay, filter. Like once you select all the areas you want light on, go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur, and blur it a little bit, not that much. Okay, and set this to one of these, either screen or lighten. You could pick which one looks the best. I think I'm gonna go with screen and lower the opacity, definitely. Like that, okay. So now the banner itself is pretty much, like the Photoshop part is pretty much done. I forgot to mention that you're gonna need magic bullet looks for this. But I wanna add some lights to this. So let's look at some lights. Actually, you know what? I feel like the background is a little too lame around the text area, and I like my background to be interesting around the text area. I don't know, it just looks good. So I saw this earlier, and I'm gonna put that in because I thought it looks so nice. And I'm gonna put it right around where we were messing with the background. And I'm gonna change the hue to red, so it matches. There we go. And I'm gonna make it larger, but I'm gonna do something to it, so make it even larger. Like that. And now I'm just gonna, where the text is, I'm gonna make a smooth brush for the eraser, and I'm gonna erase some parts away, like just around the text, so it looks a lot better. At least I think so. Why am I clicking when I could just hold it? There we go. I think I like the way that looks. So now one thing I'm gonna add, I kind of want the smooth edges like of the banner, so I'm gonna add a vignette. And how you can achieve this effect, you're gonna go to above every layer except this one. This layer, okay, I'm gonna rename it for you guys. This is gonna be the glows layer, and it's just these, if you look, it's that little glow on the edges. Oh my god, sorry. But the new layer that you made, I think this is it. Yeah, it is. So what you're gonna do is you're going to make a vignette. And how you do that is you just make a big brush and you just click a couple times like that and like that, and then you're gonna filter. Whoops, what did I do? Did I blur it? Yeah, just make it smoother by blurring it, and maybe even lower the opacity because we don't want it black, we just want it dark. So I think that looks good. Now just a couple more things. I think the text area still looks lame, so I'm gonna add some lights if I can find some. Flares. Yeah, I want something like this, but not that. I want some lights, something interesting. Like some explosion lights or something. Lightning is fine, but I don't know. I don't really want to use lightning. Maybe this? Or, yeah, we could use this right here. Yeah, let's use this. So I'm gonna drag this, but we're gonna have to change it up a little. So what I'm going to do is go to image, hue and saturation, and colorize. So it's only red. Like that, and lower the lightness. Okay, and now I'm gonna smoothen it out like this, and I'm just gonna erase the rest of it, and I'm gonna put it like around the text area like that. Can't really notice it now, but I don't know, it just makes a big difference even though you can't see the difference. I'm gonna duplicate it just so it has a little more of an effect, and I'm gonna duplicate that, merge it, and make sure it's on screen. And I'm gonna flip it, so flip horizontal. Hopefully this tutorial makes sense to you guys. And edit, transform, flip vertical like that, and erase some parts that you don't want. Okay, so I kind of like that. Let's see if there's any more interesting lights. Unique stocks. Well, this is what I was looking for. Look at this stuff right here. Yeah, this is the stuff I was looking for. Like this, yes, this is what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna put this in, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Change the colorize this so it's only red, and keep it very colorful. And I'm gonna scale this one up. So like, yeah, that looks good. I like that. Now our banner is gonna look a lot better when we go to Magic Bullet Looks. So I'm gonna just erase this part a little bit, like that. No, you know, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm just gonna duplicate this layer and put it someplace else. I don't know where though. Like that, there we go. Now it's getting a little too bright, so I'm gonna just kinda mess with this a little bit. I'm gonna move it down to cover that black area. And I'm gonna duplicate it one more time, and we are done with the Photoshop part, I guess. Put that there and get rid of this part. There we go. I think that looks good, guys. I think that looks pretty nice. Now, one thing I could have done, let me point with my little pointer. This part, the 3D part of the text, I could have made red. And I think that would look a lot better, but it's whatever. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide this layer and this. So you have the full background, and I'm gonna save this as here we go. I'm gonna save this as TUT. I'm gonna open that, save as PSD first, in case your file gets, I don't know, in case your file gets lost. I mean, if your computer shuts down, so your file doesn't get lost. And then save it again as TIFF. This is important. Save it as TIFF. And when this window pops up, make sure you click discard layers and save as copy. Click OK. So that's saving, as you can see. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna open up Magic Bullet Looks. My God, stretching. Hurry up, please. So I'm gonna open image file, open image file, and I'm gonna open the banner that we just made. Okay, this is taking forever. And then I'm gonna find my image, TUT, and I'm gonna open this. So I have a preset that I'm going to use. Hopefully, I don't know, I think it's gonna look good. I like the way that looks. I just don't like the blue there. So I'm just gonna go to diffusion and change this to blue. I mean red. That is a lot better. I'm gonna change this to red as well. There we go. So I'm gonna save this, save image as, and yes. Oh yeah, I forgot to give you guys this preset. I made this myself, this color correction, and I'm gonna give you the settings. So here it is. Just pause the video and focus on this side of the screen, and pause the video and use those settings. So pop, diffusion again, lens distortion, vignette, edge softness, exposure, saturation, warm cool filter, chromatic aberration, pop, and curves. You can't really copy this, but just drag the two first ones, just drag them down, and the two last ones, just drag them up a teeny bit. But anyway, that's it for Magic Bullet Looks. So now you're gonna put in the image, put it back. Come on. So TUT, and I'm gonna put it in. There we go, and I'm gonna put on these two again, put those two layers on. So now you can see it looks a lot better already. So I'm gonna rasterize this layer, and I think I'm gonna add some curves. So go to image adjustments, bring this down a little bit, and bring this up. There we go. Now I'm going to duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl+J, And I'm gonna add a high pass filter, so go to filter, go to other, and high pass. And yeah, 3.2 is fine. And then I'm gonna make it overlay. If you want a more sharper look, you could do like vivid light, but I don't really like that too much, to be honest. So I'm gonna go with overlay. And I'm gonna merge these two layers, and then I'm going to duplicate it again. And whoops. Now I have a plugin for Photoshop CC called Gray Sea Storation. Now this allows for a oil paint effect, which only After Effects CS6 has, I believe. So if you have CS6, just add an oil paint effect. If you have CS5, I don't know how to help you, I'm sorry. But if you do have CC, you can download a plugin called Gray Sea Storation. And I'm going to show you what it does. So here, if you do get Gray Sea Storation, here are the settings. I think I'm going to go with 200, I think. And as you can see over here, it makes for an oil paint effect. I don't know, it just smoothens everything out. It makes it look so much better. Just believe me, guys. If you just get this plugin, I think it's free and it's definitely worth it. So it's not, I mean, it's free. So these are the settings. Just once you get it, pause this video and copy these down and put them in and click OK. So now that is putting that in, what we're gonna do is once it puts it in, we can remove some parts. Like if you want some parts to be visible, like this 20 Celsius thing or something, I don't know, you can just erase that part. But I think I'm just gonna keep mine the way it is. So I think it's almost done. There we go. So see how much smoother it makes everything? I don't know, I really like the way this effect makes your banners look. So we are pretty much done. We're just gonna merge these two layers unless you want to erase some parts. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some CCs that I have. I'm gonna close my packs. Actually, hold on. Does this have some CCs? It does. Okay, wait, what is this? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. No. Close my layer styles. No. And then I'm gonna open up my I'm going to open CCs and I'm gonna put them all in and see which look good. So again, if you have some CC packs that you like using, just paste them in and pick whichever you like. Don't like this one. Actually, I like the way that makes it look, the black and white. But no, I'm not gonna use that. Yeah. That looks pretty. I don't know. No, I don't think that looks good. So just keep playing with this until you find one that looks good. Okay, I'm definitely gonna use this, but if we go here, there's this little gradient thing, which I'm gonna get rid of, and I'm gonna lower the opacity of this CC. So see the difference it makes? I'm gonna lower it like that. I think that looks perfect. And then maybe add even two, depending on how it's going to look. I think this one was okay. No, I don't like that. So I'm gonna add this one, but only make it a little opaque. Like that. I like that. So I think we're done for the banner. I mean, the only bad part about this banner is probably the text, which you can mess with. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't really like the text. I don't like the way the text turned out. Maybe like this is too white. Maybe if we use the same layer style as this one for this, maybe it would have looked a lot better. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. This was how to make a tutorial. Yeah, I just taught you how to make a tutorial. This was on how to make banners in Photoshop. Please do leave a like down below if you enjoyed this or found this helpful. And if you haven't already, subscribe, and let's see if we can hit 40 likes on this video. If we do, I will definitely make more tutorials in the future. So thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.